Mic test, mic test. Can you guys see my screen? I think Futu here and or Billy is good entries already. Right, you can see this, right? So
Yeah, we can.
yeah, so you're both flag breakout here. Um, I would get into calls right away. I think this is the only setup that I could see really. If Futu here closes above this 94.4 area, then the calls will be quite safe. Right. And then here on IWM, right? This one is an entry now. I like this. We could probably see about 222.8. So I'm in calls on that as well. But let's see. Let's see what we get here. All right. It's good. I'm up like 30% now on IWM. Citigroup, I'm up as well. Okay, cool. All right, I sold off on IWM. That one was a good 20%. Here on C, we're up roughly around 10% now. And this one is just because I think the this trend center has changed to green color, sort of where I'm like looking as well as this pattern here. So this pattern here I think is the 3 bar play. 3 bar plays are usually like this. Candle, candle, candle. So this one is what I was looking for here. That's why I entered, right? If I could delete this. Delete, delete, delete. IWM, that was good. That was a quick 20% gain. It's probably going to keep going up. Um, so right here, 62.97 soon on C. Uh, it's up roughly 10%, a little bit more than 10%. I entered at 0.7. So I want the at least 20% on this guy. Yeah. Yeah, Billy Gaming or Billy Incorporated is gonna keep going up here. Let's see on the daily. Yeah, on the daily, you're in the gap right now. It's probably gonna keep going up here to 22.64, just because. I'm not sure if it will hit today though. But yeah, 22 as like your main target here wouldn't be too bad. If you get like at least a week out or two, then you could probably hit here 22.64. But right now it's quite easy to get that 20, 30%. if you had entered around here 21.74. But let's see. Yeah, so IWM is like my exits were quite good actually. It went from roughly 0.3637 all the way to 0.48. And now it's like tanking a bit. And then Meta here, I think it can probably bounce here around 574.5. And yeah, Billy's just gonna keep going. Okay, who two, you see? And then Billy, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. So Futu here probably hit around 95 at the very least. Um, Lee is trying to do its move as well, but on both Billy and Futu, that's about a 20% move from here. The 21.7.3 or is 21.72 area for Billy. This one's roughly around a 20% move now. And then Futu, if you wanted to wait for the 94.4 entry, or yeah, so you're probably not up yet. Um, but typically this is sort of where your entries are going to be. Um, so you can at least gain 10 to 20% on Futu if it hits 95.5. The 100 calls has about zero point 0.3 delta, right? So that's 20% if it moves $1. Yeah, so right now C is almost 20%. Actually, it is 20%. Um, I'm gonna move a little bit of my cells because I think 63.3 target is going to hit. Yeah, this one is just a continuation, right? You have a massive trend change here. Um, so I guess the first resistance here would be 63.2 from Friday's sort of consolidation before like the big move down. Yeah. Okay. So I'm up more than 20% on C. That was a pretty easy trade. Yeah, so yeah, this is sort of where I would start selling off my position, 2/3 of it. And then Lee Auto is probably gonna start moving up here. I kind of want to wait for the this candle close to be above 29.1. But yeah, Futu, nice, right? So Futu up 10%. It's 95.15 now. And all of this is being done on options, by the way. So you could sort of see where I'm trying to how I'm getting my 10 or 20% because obviously like the stock didn't move much, right? Um, right. So from there, if you entered Futu calls 100 the 100 call strikes was roughly around 1.3 to 1.4. Right now it's trading at around 1.5 to 1.6. So you do the math there. And yeah, Billy was pretty good. Quick move up all the way to almost $22 for a 20% move. Yeah, and then here IWM, this is probably like the continuation now. So you probably would like for 222.52 to be broken out of, and then you can target that 222.8, 222.9 area. Okay, so Billy here is up 30%, right? It's above 22 now. And let's see if Furu can make a 95.5 move. Yeah, so I'd probably start if you're in the weekly calls, you can start removing your profit here for Billy. Yeah, so Meta here hit 574.6, right? That's sort of where the bottom is. Um, I want to see it, you know, get this nice green candle, like a bullish green candle. Probably around 576.3. Um, to give us a clear indication that it's starting to bounce back. And obviously, like if you look on your left, right, there's like a big gap here. Um, 572.3 all the way to 578.27. So this is just a gap fill basically before a bounce back. Yeah, so Lee Auto here is trying for that 29.1. Um, once it does that, you can you can probably aim to get around 29.3 for at least a 10 to 20% move on the options for the weekly calls. Yeah, so right here, um, so it topped here around 27.4 or 2743.6. Um, it probably is going to try and do a retest on this 2739.47 area for gold. Um, CL looks nice. This is like a nice W, 6 to 8.8, give or take. Yeah, so IWM, it didn't break out of that 222.53 that I was talking about. So we might see a retest here at around 221.44. All right. So I entered on Lee. I have calls, 29.5 calls. You can also do the 30 calls, but it is a bit expensive here. They do have an earnings on the 31st, so just be aware of that. Yeah. So there's a big spike on Billy here. Let's see. Rice. On meta. That was a nice bounce. Okay. Yeah, so I think this one is looking like it's probably gonna hit highs again at around 580.35. Not sure about 583.55. It's good to target here first, and then maybe this, and then if it could break out of that, then you pretty much have a good target. Um, on the 15-minute target, you can probably hit around 585. Yeah. Yeah, so Fudu is going to start probably dumping here. But I've gotten rid of two-thirds of my calls already as well. Yeah. Billy's probably gonna start going back down here unless it could somehow get this 22.1 broken out again. What would be ideal here for Futu is if it could do a four-bar play. So you get these two sort of inside candles, and then the next one here is a big engulfing one that hits 95.5, but it's not looking like it will do that. Okay, so yeah, so 221.5 was hit successfully by IWM, and then now it's bouncing. This one is a pretty good move. If you were looking for that, on the ODTE calls. It bottomed at around 0.14 on the $223 calls, and now it's trading at around 2 or 25 cents. So give or take, that's at least 40%, 50%. Yeah, more than 50% actually. So yeah, if you were looking for that, that was good. And then now, you could see your Citigroup. This one is sort of like a 4 bar play as well. Um, and then now I could try and hit 63.3 here. For Lee Auto, I'm slightly down 4 cents per contract because I entered at 1.1 on the $30 call. Um, Here Billy Gaming or Billy is trying to break out of that 22.1 that I was talking about earlier. So Citigroup, my calls here are about 30% now. I entered at point 0.7 for the $63 call. And for Lee Auto, let's see if it bounces here. So Fudu is going down. Probably hits here for a retest 94.5. I got rid of most of my contracts in the 1.6 area, so I'm not too worried here. Worst that could happen is that it doesn't bounce and then I stop out at my entry at 1.3. Okay, so meta here. So this entry here, 576.4 roughly was here, 576.3. This one is about probably like an 8% move on the contract. Okay.
The issue. But I was able to. Still this morning, you're having trouble? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so 7. So we're doing pretty good here on Citigroup. Think it's gonna keep going up. This is like pretty much like my big position. Futu, again, it's starting to go back down. I'm gonna if this last candle here doesn't bounce at all on this green cloud, then I will be out. But right now I'm still keeping my last 1/3 of my position. Um, I want to see if I can at least try to get 30%. Okay, City. I'm gonna start selling City here. It's almost at my my target. Okay, Meta is getting rejected here. It might do a double bottom here to get the 575.3 tested again. So I'll be like a little bit careful on that. This one is an expensive contract. Okay, so Lee Auto, we're good. Futu, we're good. Okay, so here's our target for Citigroup, 63.3. Um, I just sold 3/4 of my position at $1 for the 63 call. So that's zero point 0.7 to $1. It's pretty good. Um, Here Fudu is bouncing, Lee, and then Billy. Meta's not doing a good job right now. So a good thing to note here, actually, is you know, just like in terms of candlestick patterns, right? Over here on Billy earlier at around 6:45, you see this big bullish striking candle um that broke out of the this wick for Billy on the first 5-minute candle, right? Um if you look here on the left with Citigroup, right? You can sort of see that it's having a similar pattern. So this kind of trading pattern or candlestick pattern, you could apply it to like multiple tickers, really, if you see it, right? It's always gonna, you know, come up and then that thing also shows up here sort of for Futu. So I like to call this the 3 bar or 4 bar play. Um there's like resources on YouTube for this. Okay. So here we're sort of at the 95.5 target now on Futu, um, as expected. And then Citigroup is probably going to keep going up here. Um, I'm probably going to sell if it hits 63.5 or hits below 63.3. I only have a quarter of my position remaining, so yeah. And then for Lee, the position is roughly break even. I'm contemplating on selling it here. I just sold my Futu. I don't think it's gonna keep going up. The 95.5 resistance has hit. So not too much of gains there. I think the biggest gains that we got was from City and Billy. Meta, it's roughly break even. My entry wasn't so good. So I'm probably gonna try and sell Meta here for like a slight loss on the trading fees. I don't really like where it's heading. It might hit this area here again based on how it's trading right now. Right? So City topped out. I'm out on here as well. But it's okay. We still got, you know, a little bit more than 40% from the point 0.7 entry. So that's good. Should make our day already. We too, around 20%. And then this guy, I'm giving it probably around 10 more minutes of time just in case it tries to do the move. But it's sitting at roughly 1.1 for the 30 call, which is like my entry. Oh, this one kind of looks good. 23.34. Okay. I think we were talking about CL earlier at around 68.47, right? So it hit 68 point, what is that? 686. I think that one is roughly around a $200 move on each contract in the futures market. Didn't hit here the 68.8, but you know, if you were playing that right here, I think we're sort of bouncing on NQ now. Um, give or take 498.8 is going to hit, most likely. Yeah. So this one's like a V pattern. And then Intel is going, Lee is going. think if this VWAP is broken out of, then you'll see the high of day. But we're not there yet, so